Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Shane. Today we're going to do a shop tour. I did a shop tour on my very first video, which was kind of janky, so I'm going to do a full shop tour this time so y'all can check out what I have, which it'll be short because I don't have a whole lot. But the shop itself is 48 feet long and it's 30 feet wide on the inside. I'll have a lean-to out here. It's 20 foot deep and it's 48 foot long. I'll show it to you. Forgive the mess because it's messy out here, but I'll show it to you. Hold up. All right, this is the outside lean-to. It's 20 feet this way and it's 48 feet that way. All that's going to be gone. All that stuff over there is my brother's stuff. We're gonna clean that up, but it's gonna be gone. But the room, let me see it, probably not. The room right here, this is where I keep all my extra wood. It's a disaster right now. I never keep any wood inside the shop itself, but I do have some in there right at this moment because I need to clean that out before I can move it out there. But let me take you back inside. All right, we're back inside. Like I said, it's 48 foot that way, but I have built a room over here. I built a room that's it's 30 feet long and it's 12 feet wide. It's got the workout stuff in there and a bathroom. I'll show you that in a little bit. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna start from the front door. It's got 3 bay doors, but the actual door you walk in, we'll start from there and we'll just go around it. And I'll give you a little tour. So this is the front door right there, and this is the junk wall. This just holds junk that I use sometimes, but I really don't have a place for it, so that's where it sits. But we have a lift. It's a 10,000 pound Eagle lift. Really all I do on it is change oil. That's basically it. Every now and then something else will happen and I have to use it, but mainly it's, oh, and I used it to get my table saw out of the crate when I got it, so that came in handy. This is still the junk wall. It's just, this is a tool chest I bought. It's got just tools in it. This, I had to have this for when I went places and to a job or something. I'd have it to be able to put all my tools in. Yeah, I haven't used it. The only thing I've used is this top crate right here, but I could have used a milk crate. Bought one for $5 and used it, but I have not used none of those. So it just sits here, takes up space. I'll use it one day. Shelf of junk, paper towels, oil, car cleaning stuff, sink. If you're gonna build a shop, get you a sink. They come in handy. Towel rack I built, pretty easy. Another rack, this just holds most of my corded tools, gloves, need gloves. It's got paint thinner, stuff like that. Bug spray for ants, get tons of ants out here. So I got all that stuff up there. Let me turn you a little bit. Another toolbox, just tools. It's a toolbox. I put tools in it. This is a cool chair. I had a 1970 Mustang I redid, and I put these racing chairs in it. And then my cousin got the car, and he put the original seats in it. So he gave me this one, and I put it on wheels. And now it's the most comfortablest seat out here. Let's spin on around. Show you all this junk. So this right here, I bought this from my aunt. One of my aunts. I have 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4. but before I got the shop insulated, I needed it because it was cold out here, so I bought it. And I used it, and I used it, and I used it, and then I got the place insulated with spray foam, and now it's too hot to use it. You can put one log in there, and it'll run you out of here. All this over here, I put everything on wheels. That way, I do more in my shop than just woodwork, so I can slide everything over here to this corner and keep it out of my way. But I'll move it all out and show you what it is. We're gonna start with this bench right here. This workbench right here. Everybody I watched on videos had a workbench. So you know what? I had to have a workbench too. I was gonna build masterpieces on this workbench that I had to have. I spent a long time building it. I don't use it. I don't use it. I put my planer on it and use it that way. But other than that, I used this. This is nothing but a, it's got a furnace filter inside, and it's got 4 filters on it to clean the air. I use this most of the time to build on. And I use this most of the time to build on. This is just this is a Husky from Home Depot. It's got a thing it can roll up and down. Greatest ever. Oh yeah. And this, see, I built a masterpiece on this. This is the flag that's going to St. Jude next weekend for the auction. It's a wavy flag. Didn't have to build it on the workbench. I built it on this. So, don't build yourself a huge workbench unless you're really gonna need it. But it is on wheels, so that's pretty cool. I had a little trouble there for a second. Don't mind that. But you're supposed to be able to use your feet and just pick up these little feet on it. But I just like to pick it up and break it. Anyway, and they're not perfect. There, now it's perfect. And it just rolls around. Keep all your stuff on wheels. I got a router table here that my aunt gave me. I built this box on it, and if you're very talented like myself, you can build a box and the door just open by itself, just like that. But all I keep in here, I keep everything to do with routers in here, that way I'll know where it's at. And I didn't build the base, but of course it's on wheels too. What else I got? Got this guy. And I did this on purpose because I've got my lathe and stuff behind there, so I needed to move all this to get to it. This is another toolbox. I didn't want to build a miter station because I didn't want to take up a whole wall, which I still might do, so I got tired of having to move it in and out, in and out, in and out on the stand it came with because it's super heavy and awkward, so I'm mounting it to this. I keep my pocket hole machine up here, which I don't use it up here. I stick it on one of those other tables. I built a, let's see if you can see this. I built these dividers in here. Good idea, horrible execution. everything, somehow it lifts up and everything goes under it. So I'm gonna have to take it all out and build a bottom for it or something. Horrible idea. No, horrible execution. So there's that. This was probably one of the first rolly carts I built. This thing is terrible. But you know what? It works, and I've kept it because it works. This planer right here, it's a rigid. It worked good for a long time. I don't know what's wrong with it now, but I've got the lifetime warranty on it, so I need to send it in to get fixed. Will I? Probably not, but I need to. Of course, I've got the sander, the rigid sander that every single person has that does woodworking. It's really good. Get one. Just see if you can see my handle. Yup. I can't even open the drawer hardly. That handle is built for giants. If you're a giant, build you a handle like that. Oh, and I keep all my sandpaper and stuff in there. Pretty easy. Get that out of the way. Don't need this. We ain't gonna do no pull-ups today. Now this right here, guys, I built this in middle school. I've thrown this thing away 3 times already. Family members keep getting it out of the garbage and giving it back to me, so I guess it's meant to be. I'm gonna keep it, I guess. All right, this was on my first video. If you watched my first video, I built it to have a ton of, it's a French cleat system. Most people put it on the wall. I didn't want to take up a whole wall to do a French cleat system. I had this great idea of doing like everybody else and building all these holders for stuff to specifically hold that particular tool. Yeah, that didn't happen. But it's got French cleats all the way around it. That way I can move this thing around in the shop if I have to. I can even take it outside if need be, which I have done that when they spray foam my shop. Clamps back here, I have big clamps outside because they won't fit on here. Just some more tools and whatnot. Junk, just drill bits and glue and another planer in there. It's old and it's super, super loud. And then my drawers, I built some drawers on it. It just holds some screws and nails, edge banding and whatnots. Just junk that you don't ever need because you can't ever find it when you need it, so you go to the store and buy some more. Sandpaper here. It's heavy. Cool idea. Heavy. It's got I don't know what kind of wheels on it. I don't know. But it's heavy. We'll move right here. Refrigerator, everybody's gotta have a refrigerator. This holds body parts, livers, kidneys, hearts. You never know when you might need one. But myself, it just holds drinks and some type of food of some sort and some Greek yogurt. I'm not gonna open it up because there's no drinks in it except for one water, so I feel horrible. That's why nobody comes over here and visits. They ain't got no drinks in here. But anyway, down here is a bunch of screws and nails and fasteners of all sorts. Over here, this is my paint. I need to build a cabinet for my paint, but right now this is my paint section. It's terrible, but that's what I've got. So this is a table. Got a table here and a table behind it. That's what that is. If you didn't, it's a plastic table. Now this right here, this is where all the magic was gonna happen at one time. I bought this lathe. It's a Harbor Freight lathe. It came with a stand. I didn't like the stand. I put it on. I built this. It's got a light on it. I put wheels on it, so you pick up that side over there, you pick it up pretty far, and you can roll it around wherever you want to. I bought this, like I said, at Harbor Freight, and I bought it because I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money on a lathe because I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. But I had great ideas of making some more masterpieces on this guy right here. And let me tell you what, it has sit back here for probably a year and a half or 2 years, and I have not touched it. It works good. Don't get me wrong. It's not my cup of tea. I just don't turn stuff. Shop Fox dust collector. I'll use it when I use this, or if I need to pull it out, which honestly, I think I've used it one time since it's been sitting back here. We used to Indian dance when we're Indians, and we had an Indian dance group. So this was my grandma's chair. She used to tote around, and she'd sit in it at the Indian group, or at the Indian dances. It's mine now. Here's a grinder. I use it to grind anything I need to grind, sharpen stuff, whatever. It comes in handy sometimes. This right here, let me tell you what. This right here is not locked. I guess that's how it works. This is a Festool domino machine, 700. Had to have it. I've had it, I don't know, 4 or 5 months maybe. What it does, it makes really strong joints, and I was gonna make really strong joints with this guy right here, this Domino Festool 700. Ain't even used it, but I will one day, but not today. So we're gonna cruise on around. Every woodworker is gonna build you a set of cornhole boards. I did too, but I bet not every woodworker builds a scorekeeper. That's right, I did. Mine never fills up that fast though. This set here is my brother's. It'll be out here soon too. Before we go on to the left, and before I answer my phone, which is a friend of mine that's giving me some leftover rough cut lumber that he's got. This up here. Guess you can't see much. This up here, all this is just junk storage, but it gives me extra storage. It's 12 foot deep and it's 30 foot long. So it gives me extra storage space for junk. Let's cruise on that way. All right, moving on around. We just left the, I guess, far left corner, you can say. And we're swinging on around. This here, I had a idea in my head to build a lamp. So I built this. Do I use it? Nah, just sits out here. But I built it. This is a Rikon bandsaw. It's 14 inch. You can resaw 14 inch pieces of wood. I used a pretty good bit. I like it. That's all I can say about that. Right here, I have an 8-inch joiner. It's a jet joiner. It's got the helical head on it. If you get one with a helical head. It's each little blade you can spin around 4 different times. So you got 4 blades in one, basically. I would suggest if you have the room and you have the funds, don't get the 8-inch. Go ahead and get a 12-inch. There's been many times I needed a 12-inch and didn't have it. If I get another one, it'll be a 12-inch. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and move the camera on around so we can get the rest of it. All right, this is the rest of it. I'm going to walk back here instead of taking the camera back there. There's nothing real exciting back here. We just got my dust collector here. This came on a rolling base like that one over there did, but I wanted it off the ground so I could save more space, which I guess really doesn't do it because this sits on the ground. It would take up almost the same amount of space, but that's all right. All this junk's up off the ground. When this fills up, all I got to do is pull this up, take this out, dump it, put it right back. I've got my drill press over here. It's over in the corner, keeps it out of the way. I use that thing a lot too. I probably need to move it so I can get to it easier. This here, when I ran my duct work for my machinery, I wanted all my machinery right here together. So I put this here so I could connect it to everything right here and be out of the way, but it's not out of the way because I can only run, instead of using, I can only use this much of my table saw instead of using all of it, all the way over here, because that is in the way. So I need to take, and I need to move it. I will do that one day. Probably not anytime soon. But this is my table saw. It's a 5 horsepower saw stop. Great saw, great saw. It's really strong. Will I ever use that much power? No, but it's better to have it and not use it than not have it and need it. So, great saw. Got a big slider on this side. You run full sheets of plywood over it with no problem. Did I need this? Nah, absolutely not. It takes up more space than anything, but I'll leave it on there. So over here, we got the baby saw. What is that? I think it's a 1.5 horse, I believe, 1.75, I think. I don't know. I got this to take on job sites for when I need to take a saw somewhere and do some work. I built a cross-cut sled for it too. You always need one of those. Way underpowered, way underpowered, but slow and steady wins the race, I guess. So I just take things slow on it. And I also got it just in case my big one breaks down and I'm in the middle of a project. I can finish it with this until I can get that one fixed, but I hadn't had the issue yet. Hopefully I won't have that issue. But I believe that's it. All right, this is the room that I built on, the one I was telling you. It's a 12 by 30. It's just a workout room. Not much to say about it. It's got weights. I can't lift that stuff. No. This is me. This is all me. I use these here, and I use these here. That's pretty much it. Work out. Let me slide it around. This is the other side. This is the other side of the room. This is crafty stuff. All this is going to get moved upstairs so I'll put more mats on the floor and I'll utilize this space because this gets kind of cramped sometimes. So I'll utilize this. Got a deep freezer. Got a deep freezer on this side. Gotta have food. TV, don't watch it, just hangs there. I'm gonna hold this camera up, and so it's probably gonna be a little shaky, but I can't fit the tripod in here. Sorry, I got preoccupied. Anyway, this is a full bath. I got a shower, a sink, and a toilet. There's my shower, sink, toilet, heater. Don't need it. It stays fine in here. Big mirror. I would suggest if you do build a shop, and I would put at least a toilet and a sink in the bathroom. Build a bathroom and put it in there, because if you have people over, guests, you have a shop party, whatever you do out here, you have people come and work out with you, whatever, they need to use a bathroom, here it is. Don't have to keep going in and out of your house. But that'll do it, I believe. That's gonna do it for this one, guys. That's my full shop tour. If I talked too fast, I'm sorry. I was trying to make this one fast. I may have got a little long-winded on some things. But that's it. If you like this stuff, this shop tours, me building stuff, whatever, just like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it.